Hey everyone, this is Cynthia, Psychic and Astrologer. So, this is going to be the weekly review of astrological events that you can expect for the week of April 30th through May 6th, 7th, give or take. So, let's get started. So, as we begin the week, not so much going on for April 30th. I mean, there are certain things I will be discussing, like on Facebook and everything, but at least anything that stands out, not too much. Where things do stand out is on May 1st. So, May 1st, we do have a great connection with the Sun and Mercury. So, you're going to notice an increase of communication through emails, text messages, phone calls. You may find yourself kind of getting around town, taking quick short trips. Maybe there's errands, tasks, things that you need to do for the day. So it's a great time to really find yourself kind of motivated to send out those emails, make those phone calls, especially if it's for work related. You're definitely going to be feeling the energy to kind of get that going. Now, on the same day, we're going to have a Pluto retrograde. So, a Pluto retrograde, we are going to be moving into Pluto, moving away from Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. So there's definitely going to be a time of seeking more of an independence. Now, this could be maybe independence from others, maybe independence from companies, maybe starting your own business. So that's going to be coming up here soon. The retrograde might make you take a greater look into what has not been working out for you, and maybe it's time for a change. Now, we are going to be having this retrograde coming up, and so it's going to return back into Capricorn. So it's only going to be for a short period of time for most of the year, and then once Pluto goes back into, moves forward, goes direct, and moves back into Aquarius, it's pretty much going to be there for like a couple decades. So right now, this is more about taking a a deeper look into what has not been working and time for a change. So the retrograde cycle is really going to be lasting for about a good 4 months. Now on May 4th, um, so we are getting close to that full moon eclipse on May 5th. And if you haven't already checked out the May review, the 2023 May review, where I talk about the lunar eclipse, one of the big things that I do point out is that Venus and Jupiter are going to connect very well with this full moon lunar eclipse. So the connection of the Venus and Jupiter connection there actually kicks in on May 4th. Obviously, it's right next door to the lunar eclipse on May 5th. So that's why the energy is still going to be strong for that eclipse that will last 6 months. Now, on the same day, we're going to have a Venus squaring Neptune. So when we're having this square of Venus and Neptune, this could easily not allow you to look at the details on something because you're just kind of thinking the big picture. The problem with that is you don't look at the small details that will help you to really focus on setting a plan, sticking to a sense of direction. And this could just be for the day. It's not necessarily anything that I would be too concerned about. As we do get into the lunar eclipse on May 5th, it is going to fall in the sign of Scorpio, and remember, like I was saying, Venus and Jupiter connect very well, which could really benefit you financially, materialistically, socially, helps you maybe in building connections. The reason why I'm not really too concerned with the Venus square Neptune for this eclipse is because there's a lot more other things going on that help kind of give structure with the eclipse, including that Mars is has a very positive connection with the eclipse itself. The energy of the eclipse will last 6 months, and this could actually bring about great opportunities for long term, especially in relation to career, finances, job prospects, business ventures. Um, the only little minor concern is that Uranus and Mercury do oppose this eclipse. So, this could easily create a sense of anxiety or stress in the process. If you are going more independent, of course, it's going to bring you more anxiety and stress because everything falls on you, or if you're just really relying on what what you can bring to the table, it may not be it may not pay off right away. So you may easily feel like everything falls on you. And so there might be easily that pressure to get things right, to do things right, to do well and succeed. But overall, the energy of this eclipse, I do like it. And I do feel like it has great potential for you. But like I mentioned before, check out your yearly horoscope, your monthly horoscope, more so the May horoscope, whether it's on YouTube. I also will be posting the May horoscopes for your particular sign on my website, thepsychicone.com, where you could read how the eclipse itself will affect your sign. But in the meantime, just kind of be aware that this could easily bring about a sense of opportunity there for you. Now, I'm gonna go further down and to not so much just May 6th, because not much going on there. But I did want to bring up May 7th. Venus does enter the sign of Cancer. So, Cancer is a very focus on the home, family structure. And so this could easily bring about a time of where you may want to be kind of giving more attention to the home. And this could actually relate to a time of focusing on building greater connections and meeting new people and uh, being more social around the home, including your neighbors and maybe there's something going on, and so it's just a very like family orientated time. Now, Venus and Cancer will last for weeks, so just kind of keep an eye on that. But one thing that I did want to bring up very quickly is so we're going to be having a Venus retrograde later on. And Venus will retrograde in the sign of Leo. Right now, we're in Cancer. That's going to last 4 weeks. So once we move into the sign of Leo, the Venus retrograde will be happening, I think it's in July. So that's going to, be later on as we get into the summertime, but just kind of be aware that's coming up. I'll discuss a lot more of that Venus retrograde as we get closer, but just be aware that we do have that later on. We're getting closer also to Mercury coming to an end and going direct. It won't go direct until May 15th, but just be aware that we're still experiencing the Mercury retrograde. Probably a lot of people have already been experiencing it way before, but this is actually going to be where if you have any kind of issues relating with electronics, vehicles, just be aware of that. Now, so as we go into the week, the moon will be in, let me see, we're leaving Leo and going to be going into Virgo here soon. So during that time period of Monday, Tuesday, it's definitely going to put you in a situation to kind of look more over the finances than anything else. Once we go into May 2nd, May 3rd, it's going to be more about being social, building connections. So you're going to be looking more on how to get along with others and trying to create any kind of tension or friction. Obviously, as we get into the 5th, we're going into Scorpio. So by the time we get to the end of the week of the 6th and 7th, we're heading into the moon in Sagittarius. So you're definitely going to notice a more upbeat kind of energy. And it's definitely going to be a time where you're going to be focusing more on trying to get out than trying to stay indoors. All right, so this is your weekly review. Stay tuned. Make sure to check out the horoscopes on thepsychicone.com or also here on my YouTube channel for more updates.